Leaders and grave diggers of various communities, as well as medical experts in Kano, have explained the increase in death rate around the city, which, according to findings, may have doubled or even tripled what is usually the norm since Kano announced its index case of COVID-19. Reports were read Tuesday across various platforms that over 150 people have died and been buried in various cemeteries across the state between Friday and Saturday last week, heightening fears that the deceased must have died as a result of strange ailments, with exponentially increasing number of confirmed COVID-19 cases per day. There are palpable fears that unreported and unconfirmed cases of the virus may have spread among communities, leading to this death. Going around some notable cemeteries in Kano, undertakers who doubled as grave diggers confirmed that there are truly been spike in recorded deaths per day in their respective cemeteries. At the Farm Center Cemetery in Tarauni local government area of the state, an undertaker confirmed off camera that there are indeed increase in mortality rate. According to him, there have been about 35 burials at the Farm Center grave in the last 3 days, cutting across both genders.
Akalla za a samu mutum 35 gaskiya daga kan abin da ya kama shekara 30 abin da ya sama yawanci an fi samu wa'annan.
At the Megeza Cemetery, Kufar Mazugal in Dala local government area of Kano State, an undertaker and grave digger who identified himself as Umar Yahya Gabari said between Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 17, 19 and 23 bodies were buried at the cemetery respectively, mostly elders across genders who succumbed to death after either brief or protracted illness.
Makabartar Megeza wacce take a kofar Mazugal cikin karamar hukumar Dala local government kenan. Yanzu misali kamar ajiya daga safe zuwa lokacin da na bar gidan nan na tafi makabartar Kanzi kenan. An samu gawa guda 23. Shekaran jiya kuwa an sami guda 19. Shekaran jiya waccan an samu 17. To haka ake ta samu zuwa yanzu kuma a yau din nan kusan wannan wacce aka yi ta halifan Malam Yalo shi Allah ya gafarta musu kusan ita ce ta 20 ma yanzu.
At the Dandolo Cemetery in Goron Dutse within Kano Metropolis, the undertakers who pleaded anonymity stated that usually the cemetery buried between 3 to 5 bodies at most per day, but since the lockdown in the state, they have not buried less than 10 in one day. And this week, within Zongom Beri neighborhood alone, it was gathered that about 15 people died between Wednesday and Friday. Also, an economic icon, Professor Ibrahim Ayagi, Professor of Psychology, Professor Aliu Abdullahi Umar Dikko, the Regional Manager of First Bank in Kano, Abdullahi Lawal, and Malam Musa Ahmad Tijani, ex-editor of the Leadership Sunday and Triumph newspapers, together with 4 other illustrious personalities, all died after brief illness, not necessarily linked to the deadly pandemic. Their demise occurred within a span of 24 hours. They all died between Friday, 24th April and Saturday, 25th April 2020. Some briefed families revealed that their relatives were on output patient visitation to hospitals for various ailments, but the lockdown in first, coupled with the coronavirus care at private health facilities, the deceased had some disruptions that kept them from accessing medical care, which might have resulted in their deaths.
To rashin lafiya wani ga abubuwa yau mutane da yawa abu kalilan sai zuciyar mutum ta buga.
Ai mu a gida ɗaya ma yanzu family a cikin family guda yanzu kimanin mutum ne 5 kenan muka rasa. Dan a rana ɗaya yau sadaka 3 muka yi mun binne mutum mun kwana da.
Similarly, an attendant at the Dandolo Cemetery revealed that the number of deaths in Kano is still increasing, adding that they had buried about 67 bodies between Wednesday and Thursday alone, though the COVID-19 testing center in Kano has been shut down since Wednesday last week. Speaking to some community leaders on the matter, Malam Ibrahim Ahmad Musa, Imam of Gwazaye Jumad Mosque, said they were at the Abattoir Cemetery in Kofar Mazugal to bury some of his subjects. He confirmed that as an imam, he has been performing more burial rites lately. Also speaking, another community leader who identified himself as Sharu Naziru said as far as he is concerned, pandemic is a thing in one hand and death at appointed time is another.
Da suka ainihin gabata sau da haka kuma dai menene shi mai imani lamarinsa ga Allah yake koma amma dai a sani ba wanda zai mutu sai wanda lokacinsa yayi.
Professor Isa Abubakar, Director, Center for Infectious Disease and Research in Kano, also Chairman, Race Communication Committee on COVID-19, Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, and member Kano State Task Force on COVID-19, said the rising mortality can be attributed to two factors.
With the fact that the health sector itself is in crisis, a lot of things have been destabilized, so people with chronic illnesses who rely on a comfortable health system to take care of them, to offer them support, are not getting such support. If you take patients like people who have chronic kidney disease, people who have hypertension with its complication, maybe they have stroke, and so many other conditions, like sickness also. They rely on the health sector to take care of them, but the normal services are not happening like previously. So it is not surprising if these type of people suffer debilitating illnesses and some of them even die.
Efforts not enough. Despite restrictive measures, adequate efforts are not being put in place to curb the spread, as people still go about conveying dead bodies without observing social distancing or even personal protective equipment. While we urge the government to intensify investigation into the cases of rising mortality in the state, we call on them to, as a matter of urgency, provide PPE to all essential service workers, including undertakers at the graveyard. From Kano, KHADIJA, ISHAQ BAWAS reporting for Liberty News.